camp don't want the true prophetic and apostolic anointing to be released in the earth realm. Amen. I'm talking about when you say awesome and mighty God. I did this. I went into, you know, Bishop Honor? William Hayes of Honor? Y'all know he's Church in God in Christ. He's the fifth jurisdiction. Last summer, God opened up the door. We went in there in a harping bowl. He's sitting up on the stage. I let loose. I prophesied. We sang prophetic songs, and we shook it up. And he had some of his members were there, and they were all there. They just sitting. I mean, the power got there. When we got through, guess what? His musicians got up on their keyboard, and all of them jumped up in the presence of God, but didn't even know God was there until that music came on. When you hear the sound of this music, you shall bow down and worship. You shall bow down and worship. You shall bow down and worship. And that's what's happening in the church. But I'm here to tell you, leave them folks alone. Jesus said, let them fall in the ditch. They lie in their mind. He loves them. I call it a spiritual playpen. You know how some babies you just got to put them in the playpen? You can throw the bottle in the playpen, go about your business. They'll entertain themselves. That's what that is. Just leave it in there, and he'll tell you, and an apostle will come and tell them, when they come out of those churches, it's very hard to get them to live. It's very hard to change their mannerisms and to change their ways when they come out of those churches. You cannot change them. You cannot build on another man's foundation. It's just not going to work. I tried it, and I said, forget these rotten apples. I'm going to leave them alone. Y'all just going back to your church, go back to doing what you're doing, because you don't want to change. You don't want to return to God. You want to stay because it's convenient for the flesh. Go ahead and put that big hat on. Sit up there with that big hat on the biscuit committee and the Mother Butterball turkey committee, and getting all mad. Did Sister so-and-so make the biscuits this week? She can really make them biscuits. Next one. Rebellion and a hard heart. I didn't know I was going this way tonight, but thank you, Jesus, anyway. He said, don't be like your father, 2 Chronicles chapter 30, verse 7. Don't be like your fathers and brethren who were unfaithful to the Lord, the God of their fathers. So he gave them up to desolation and astonishment. Check your house. Is your house in desolation? Is your house in destruction? Amen. You ain't got enough money to make it through the month. You can't make it. They got the link card now. They made it so convenient now with that link card. I mean, you just go in and swipe that bad boy. Amen. You don't have to pull them coupons out no more. You be looking good. You just go in there and swipe like you really doing something. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. They been swiping that card like, wow. He said, no, don't be stiff-necked as your father, but yield. Yield yourselves to the Lord and come to his sanctuary. Gather together, which he has sanctified forever, and serve the Lord your God, with that his fierce anger may turn away from him. If you return to the Lord, your brethren, your children shall find compassion with their captors and return to this land. For the Lord your God is gracious and merciful, and he will not turn away his face from you if you return to him. The devil's been telling some of you can't get back to God, and you can't hear God, and you can't serve God, and God don't love you, and God is all lies. He said, come, I'll receive you. I'll put a ring on your finger. I'll put a robe on your back. I'll put shoes on your feet. You are my children, and I want to bless you. Why are you running from the one that loves you? You know, we were talking in the car with kids, they would be all up in your lap when they're 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years old. And then when you get 9, 10, 11, they don't want you to touch him and don't kiss on me. And then when you get 15, they want to lock the door and don't want to be away. Some of y'all have been in church 15 years and you're telling God, don't touch me, Lord. I've arrived. Don't you see the fruit? See my fruit? I've been through Galatians chapter 5. I've got fruit of kindness and meekness and gentleness. Yeah, but it's wax fruit. Can't nobody partake of it. You didn't wax it over. Your love didn't go cold. Where the Bible says in the last days, the love of many shall wax cold. And that's what happened. You got cold love now. Now you look like you got fruit, but you don't use it. Can't nobody bite it. Return. 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 Apostolic wonder. Prophetic. Come on, we get religious pride. There's so much pride in the apostolic church now, it's crazy. Like we're the answer to the world's problem. You still be drinking that Coke 45 and smoking them Salem cigarette guy that came and got you. Now all of a sudden you're the big guy. I'm telling you, I'm just gonna go on, let me go for about mess with somebody. Return with all your heart. We said last night, Hezekiah was sick and prayed to the Lord, and he answered and he gave a sign. But Hezekiah did not make a return to the Lord. He returned to God because he got caught. He returned to God because he was sick. But he didn't return with his heart. There's a heart you got to return with your heart. He said, but Hezekiah did not return to the Lord according to the benefit done him. I mean, God didn't brought you out of crack. He didn't brought you out of alcohol. He didn't brought you out of a situation where you were living with Chucky or the bride of Chucky. He didn't brought you out of all that crazy stuff, and you can't give him no praise, and you can't return to him. What's the matter with you? Return to him. Oh, you're just going to pimp God now. Oh, I know that's it. I'm just going to pimp God. He going to bless me, and then I'm going to pimp him. Didn't have a car. And now God gave you something that He gave you a car, but now you don't want to take nobody to church in. Mess up my car. Use up my gas. Tight, but it's right. And then it says now, for his heart became proud at such a spectacular response to his prayer. I can touch heaven, brother. I can touch heaven. You walking through the church, everybody, oh, look at Sister Son, she touching heaven. And your house all messed up. Oh, I'm behind you. You sweating and carrying on. And your kids in jail. Husband out the club. You ain't never at home. Dishes ain't been washed in weeks. Clothes ain't been washed. House all out of order. Get your house in order before you come in God's house and try to put things in order in God's house. You get your house to reflect the church. Amen. If I come to your house, when I knock on your door, would you stand there and say, hold on a minute, Pastor, I got to go do something. And you want something clean up. That's what you're going to tell Jesus? Jesus going to knock on your door. Hello, Jesus. I ain't ready for business right now. You're supposed to call me before you come. Next. Intercession. Now, these are your servants, your people whom you have redeemed with your great power and by your mighty hand. Lord, let your ear be attentive to the prayer of your servant and the prayer of your servants who delight and revere in your name, your nature, your attribute, and prosper, I pray, your servant this day, and grant him mercy in the sight of this man. For I was his cupbearer. He interceded, he prayed, and he said, Lord, give me mercy, give me grace. Help me, Lord. You got to call out to God and help him. Go ahead to the next one. That's Nehemiah praying. No more ark. It's getting personal. He said, return, O faithless children of the whole 12 tribes, says the Lord, for I, Lord, your master and husband to you. I will take you, not as a nation, but individually. One from a city, two from a tribal family. Now I will bring you to Zion. And I'll give you spiritual shepherds after my own heart in the final time, who will feed you with knowledge and understanding and judgment. And it shall be that when you have multiplied and increased in the land, in those days, saith the Lord, they shall no more say the ark of the covenant of the Lord. It shall not come to mind, nor shall they seriously remember it, nor shall they miss it or visit it, nor shall they repair it or be made again. For instead of the ark, which represents God's presence, he will show himself to be present throughout the city. I don't know how many churches I've seen on TV got that big old ark sitting up on the pulpit, amen, as a symbol. God said, you will never make that thing again. Why do we go back to try to make things, to make the presence of God come when he wants to be in us? I'm I'm preaching better than you clapping, I'm telling you right now. Watch it. I mean, what? They got that big old ark up in there. And the cherubims on the ark and all this and the glory. You can't manufacture the anointing. You've got to have a heart and you've got to come in agreement, and then the presence of God will come. Amen. Help us, Lord. Help us, Lord. Get next one. If we're doing some strange things, repent means to turn around. How do you repent? Here, this is how you repent. You set up yourselves markers. Back to Canaan. You make yourself guideposts. Turn your thoughts and attention to the way by which you went into exile. Retrace your steps, O virgin Israel. Return to yourself. In other words, when God told you, I want you to go preach and I want you to prophesy, and you decided, I'm going to move to Mississippi, amen? God said, wait a minute. Go back to Joliet where I had you, where you went left when I told you to go right, and get it right. See, we want God to just bless. It's like putting a diaper on the top of a diaper. Instead of changing the diaper. You got to come back to where you left, where you messed up at, and get back to God. We don't want to do that. It's hard. I don't want Pastor to talk to me. I know I messed up, and don't tell me, Pastor, how I messed up. No, we need to go back and see where you messed up and get that root before at least it spring up in bitterness and defile you later on down the road. Right. We need to go back through that door. See, the devil, when people hurt us or we go through a situation and we go in this door and we thought it's the right door, and then there's all kind of chaos, abuse, and hurt. And when we go through this door, the devil shuts the door behind us. And the only way to escape is to keep on going in this mess until you find another doorway on the other side. But the thing, when it comes to deliverance, you got to go back through that door and come back through this door. And that's what deliverance is. A lot of you afraid to go back through that door. Oh, I don't want to feel that hurt no more. I don't want to feel that pain no more. But that's the only way you're going to come. But this time, when you come back through the door, Jesus is walking with you. He's got his arm around your shoulder. The devil ain't going to mess with you because you his child. Go on, real quick.